Good morning, everyone. I want to do a quick video following up on the MNT Reform laptop and talking about a major issue that the laptop has that could be a pretty big problem with trying to use it as a sort of everyday laptop. Over here, we've got a picture of the bottom of the MNT Reform laptop, and we can see one of the super neat features that this laptop has, which is these standard size 18650 replaceable battery cells. Unfortunately, this laptop doesn't have one of the essential features to make this plan work. And that feature that it's missing is a low voltage cutoff. So if you leave these batteries in the device, either when the device is turned on and it runs down in power, or even when the device is turned off and it's just running the sort of firmware controller, which is always on. There's no way to actually hard shut this off. It doesn't have a power switch or anything. But if you leave this thing long enough not plugged in, it's going to completely drain out these battery cells. And with this sort of modern rechargeable battery cell, that can kill the battery cells. After doing the first impressions video on this laptop a couple months ago, I started working on some other stuff and left the laptop turned off sitting on a desk for about 2 weeks. And at that point, the laptop would no longer turn on, and the laptop would not charge. I popped open the back of the laptop, pulled out the cells, and discovered that they were discharged to under 1 volt, which means that they were effectively dead. I was able to resurrect 7 of the 8 battery cells by putting them on an external charger and letting them charge up, but that still left me without enough battery cells to actually run the laptop. It cost about $25 to order a new set of 8 battery cells, and the laptop is working fine now with those new battery cells, but the inability to leave the laptop sitting around not plugged in is super inconvenient. The only other way to store this thing safely turned off for any length of time is to physically unplug the connectors for the 2 battery packs right here. And that works, but that requires undoing these 10 screws on the bottom of the laptop, and these are pretty small screws. I don't want to be opening and closing the back of this laptop too many times because those screws are going to strip. They're Phillips head screws, not like Torx screws or something that can handle sort of more intensive, more frequent use. So the result is that kind of have to leave the laptop either plugged in all the time or go ahead and open it up and unplug it and then not use it for a while because swapping back and forth is no fun. So this is a really disappointing thing to discover about this device because the idea of low voltage cutoffs is pretty basic in designing devices that use these sort of removable battery cells. I've never run into a flashlight. Here's a flashlight that uses an 18650. This has low battery cutoff. Or e-cigarettes, they have low battery cutoffs. They use the same sort of battery. I've never run into anything else that uses this sort of battery cell without a low voltage cutoff. And sort of that's a minimum requirement for this sort of device, realistically. Hopefully they fix it in the next version, but for now, if you're considering getting an MNT Reform, you'll want to keep that in mind and figure out whether you can charge it all the time, whether you want to try to like hack in an off switch that's somehow accessible from the outside and then do that, or what you're going to do. If you're really careful, this can be worked around, and this is a unique enough device that it may be worth working around that, but it's still no fun, so I figured I should make a video complaining about this issue. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, and remember to click the link in the description and subscribe to my RSS feed.